What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Hail Hydra, coming back at you with another video. And to celebrate the Mario movie coming out this week, we're going to be doing a tier list of every Mario game. I found this one on Tier Maker. You know, it consists of not only the mainline games, but all the spin-offs too. So it's got like Mario Party, Super Sluggers, Strikers, all those games. Because I figured including those in the ranking would be fun because there's a lot of bangers in there. A lot of stinkers too, but so many good games come from the side stuff that I feel like don't get talked about enough. So yeah, we're just going to do it in order from how it's laid out in this tier list. So the first game we got is Mario Kart 64. Now, you may be thinking, oh, it's Mario Kart 64. It's a classic. It's going to be pretty high, right? Wrong. Garbage game. Fuck Mario Kart 64. Hate that game so much. It is not good. Yeah. So, yeah. With that out of the way, I'm glad to get that one out first because that's probably my most controversial opinion of the night. Get it out first. Good thing to do. And then we have Mario Golf Advanced Tour for the GBA. Solid little game. I haven't put too much time into it. Only played a couple hours of it, maybe. But yeah, it's a fun little golf game with good. It's pretty neat RPG. Yeah, if you have a Game Boy Advance, you want to check out a golf game, definitely recommend it. Can put some time into it, playing golf. The story mode, for a Mario Sports game on the Game Boy Advance, a lot deeper and a lot more fun than you would think. So yeah, definitely recommend. Then here we have Mario Strikers Charged. It's a really great game. It's of course, for you guys that don't know, Mario Strikers, soccer game. Football for all my non-American viewers out there. And yeah, it's just balls to the wall action. Everything's going at 100 miles per hour. Really fun game, though. The gameplay loop is very, very, very fun, very addicting. Could put hours into that game at a time. It's probably the best soccer game ever made, for being honest. It trumps FIFA and PES and all those games. Shame the Nintendo Switch one. I haven't gotten it yet, but I heard bad things about it. It's just supposedly not a very good game. Mario Golf, the original, never played. Mario Party 2, the original, never played. Yeah, I have. Before we get all to it, I kind of have a blank spot for the Mario Party games before the Wii. Cause I first console as a kid was the Wii, so I never got to play the N64 and GameCube ones growing up, and I just haven't found any reason to go back to them since since I got older, learned about emulation, all that. Yeah, I haven't had the desire to go back to the old ones, but yeah, they look fun enough, but yeah, I just haven't had that desire. Dr. Mario. It's a solid little puzzle game. C tier feels right. I can play it for a little bit. I can't play that game for too long without getting bored, but definitely do recommend trying it out, playing a couple games for yourself, because it's a fun little puzzle game, easy to grasp, so it's not going to be hard for you at first to learn and all that, but yeah, definitely recommend trying it out. Again, C tier is solid. I like the games in C tier. D and F tier are when we start to get to the games I don't like. Yes, anything C and above, I genuinely would recommend. That brings us to Mario Baseball for the GameCube. Solid game. Good first edition, but we'll get to it later. Well, let's just do it now. Where's Super Sluggers? No, not D tier. Definitely the best Mario sports game ever exists. Mario Super Sluggers. It takes what Mario Baseball did and just ups the ante so much. Much bigger roster. Really good story mode. Again, like I was saying with Advanced Golf earlier, you wouldn't think that the story mode would be anything to write home about, but Mario Super Sluggers, the plot's fine, but like playing through all the games, collecting all the team members to finally go up against Bowser, really fun stuff, and definitely recommend, getting to visit all the different stadiums. As a kid, my favorite in the story mode was always Wario Stadium because it's like all city-like, so it's just really cool to explore with all the manholes and stuff. But yeah, I think my favorite stadium in the game overall is, I always thought the Luigi's Mansion and Daisy Cruiser stadium in the corner was really cool because it'd be it's daytime, so it's Daisy's Cruiser is there. And then you could only play nighttime on Luigi's Mansion, which was really, I didn't know that at first as a kid. I was always confused, but when I found that out, I was like, holy crap, I can play on this only at nighttime? Because I didn't know what Luigi's Mansion was when I was 7 years old, because, again, I didn't have a GameCube. So finding out that Luigi had his own mansion, and you could play in it, coolest stuff ever. Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, never played. Mario and Donkey Kong, I've never played any of those. They look fun, but I just haven't had the desire. Mario Kart Super Circuit, solid C tier game again. Definitely laid the foundation for Mario Kart DS in a way. But yeah, it's kind of just Mario Kart SNES, but better. What's this game? I don't know what that game is. Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. C or D. The most bullshit game ever. For those of you that don't know, the Lost Levels are the original Super Mario Bros. 2 that was released in Japan only at first. And they didn't bring it over to the U.S. because they thought it would be too difficult for American audiences, and I guess everywhere else, so like European audiences and stuff, thought it wouldn't be, or would be too hard for them to play, which, yeah, because the game's not fair. It's a lot of bullshit, and it just doesn't make for a fun experience when it's an officially developed game. And it's just like troll blocks and win levels that are just not fun for the average player. Now, I can see why somebody would like it. It's not the worst game in the world. It's well made. The gameplay itself is still a lot of fun because it's Mario. But yeah, I understand why they decided to make the other Mario Bros. 2. I definitely think that game's better, but we'll get to that later. Don't know that game. I think that's Mario Teaches Typing, maybe? I don't know. You got Mario Tennis Power Tour. I think this slot's long, right next to Advanced Tours. It's, they're like brother and sister. They go together. They have the same type of story mode. Just one's golf, one's tennis. I'll put it ahead because we'll get to ranking the games totally later. But obviously, I played tennis growing up. I much preferred to golf as a sport because golf's kind of boring. Tennis, the GOAT sport. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land, easy A tier game. First, sorry, I need my Poland Springs. This is the first official, or not first official, but first original 3D platformer on the go for Mario. After, DS had 64 DS, but that was obviously a remake. And yeah, it was definitely worth the play. It's probably the only game on 3DS that's worth using the 3D ability for, because it, opens up, it's made by Nintendo, so, and it came out first year of the 3DS, so they knew that, or they used the 3D to make the game better, whereas a lot of other games just kind of made the 3D make it gimmicky, pop out 3D, whereas this game, you had platforms come towards you in the 3D that you wouldn't see otherwise and stuff like that. That actually made the 3D worth it. So yeah, if you have a 3DS, have this game. Definitely recommend trying out the 3D if you haven't. Very fun level design. The Tanuki suit coming back was great. That's one of the best things that's happened to Mario in recent years. The Tanuki suit's just a lot of fun to play with, doing your spinning and stuff. Yeah, great game. Mario Bros. Print World, never played that. Super Paper Mario. This is the only Mario or Paper Mario game I've played in full, admittedly, and I like it. I never owned it as a kid, but I was rented from the library, and eventually I was able to beat it after a couple rentals. Cool story. I like the shifting between the 2D and the 3D paper world. I thought that was really cool at the time. Yeah, would recommend. Now, of course, we got one of the greatest games of all time. Might be the best game in this list. We'll see. Mario Kart Wii. What more can be said about this beautiful, beautiful game? It's incredible multiplayer, incredible single player, endless replayability. It's outside of maybe Fortnite, my most played game ever, I would say. Countless hours every summer at Summer Rec, housing Garrett, housing everybody else there. Really fun game. I still play it to this day from time to time. I was playing it pretty recently, like a week or two ago. Still holds up. Still incredible. Now we got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Again, there's another solid B tier game. This is the only Mario and Luigi game I've beaten in full. I played it over my trip to Death Valley to California that I took last month. Played it, had a fun time. It's really clever, really charming. It's definitely the funniest game in the series I've played. I thought the plot was really fun, and the A/B gameplay. So for you, those of you that don't know, you control both brothers at the same time. In a battle, you'll get into battles with enemies, and the A button will control Mario, and the B button will control Luigi, or vice versa. And you have to do interesting timing jumps and tricks to try and beat the enemy, and it's simple, but it's really fun. Mario's Missing, never played. Mario Sports Mix, this is a classic. Didn't own this as a kid, but would play it at my friend Anthony's house. I know he's probably not watching, but he is a fan of the channel, so shout out him. Played at his house a lot, especially the basketball. That was really the only reason you'd play this, right? Like, who wants to play hockey or volleyball or whatever the other sports were when you could play basketball? Fun sport. Not played. Mario Party 8. Solid game. Again, this was not one that I owned, but me and my sister would always rent it from the library. We'd play a couple rounds here and there. Fun game. Mini games I remember being really fun. The boards I remember not being a big fan of. I always thought the boards were alright, but not incredible. Super Mario Maker, A-tier game. This game came out 2015. Yeah, September of 2015, if I recall correctly. I had bought my Wii U in like June of 2015 in anticipation for this game, because I wanted to make Mario levels, and made Mario levels, and of course it was worth it because it's Mario. I thought I bought the game more to just play levels that people were gonna make, but I didn't realize how much fun I was gonna have just making the levels myself. Wii U gets a lot of shit. Admittedly, not a great console, but there's one game that made use of the gamepad really well. It was this game, because you could just tap on the gamepad, place the blocks where you want it, place the coins where you want it. It didn't have to look up at TV. It was the perfect game to just like play on the gamepad and design your levels that way, while you just had like Netflix on the TV open, or I would watch a lot of like ESPN after school, like the NFL Live, stuff like that, while I was making Mario levels, because it came out in September, so it was right in the thick of football season, and the Jets were good that year, so I was eating up all the NFL Live content and stuff like that. And yeah, it was fun to build the levels while watching that kind of stuff. Yeah, I have very good memories with that game. We got Mario Teaches Typing 2. Don't know. Super Mario Run. It's a mobile game with Mario. It's fine. I mean, I haven't played it since it came out, but I remember thinking it's fine. It's got like, it's an endless, or not an endless, an auto runner. So you just like tap to jump and stuff. So it's not the most in-depth gameplay, but yeah, it's fine. It's all right. Mario Party Star Rush, never played. Mario Clash, don't know what that is. Mario again. Okay. Mario Power Tennis. Go right around Mario Sports Mix. It's Mario Tennis. More of the same. It's definitely fun. I played the re-release on the Wii, and it had the motion controls. I never played the GameCube version as a kid. Yeah, it's fun. What's not to love about Mario Tennis? The Top 100, never played. Mario Tennis Aces, again, I'll slot it right next to Mario Power Tennis. This, of course, is the Switch one. Came out 2018, I believe. Played it a bit. Definitely a lot more than most of the other sports games, because tennis is the GOAT sport, of course. But yeah, it's a fun game. I liked how they continued to add content, like not new fighters. That's not Smash Bros. New tennis players and courts and stuff as the year went on. Nintendo really, starting with the Switch, finally started to like add DLC to get their games and stuff, and this is one of the first games that they started to do it with, and it was all free, which was cool. And yeah, it was fun. Mario Party Island Tour, never played that. Paper Mario Color Splash. It's the Wii U one, right? I owned it, never beat it. Like I said, Super Paper Mario is the only one I've beaten. I think I've played enough to throw it right in C. It's a fine game. It's card based now instead of the typical Paper Mario formula, which I thought was kind of weird. But yeah, I thought it worked well enough, but nothing to set itself apart from the pack. Here we got Super Mario 64. Of course, probably the most important video game past 25 years, or I guess it's 26 years now. If it didn't invent 3D gaming, it revolutionized it. Fun as hell to this day. Of course, it doesn't look that great anymore, but who cares about graphics? Gameplay is the thing that matters, and to this day, there's not many other games that can rival Super Mario 64 in terms of gameplay. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. It's an important game. Everyone should play it at least once in their life. Got Mario Kart 8. Again, fundamentally, might be the best Mario Kart. Of course, I like Mario Kart Wii more, but Mario Kart 8, especially Deluxe. Did they add Deluxe as another title? I'm not seeing it. I don't know. We'll find out later. But yeah, I'm assuming this means this includes Deluxe as well, because now with Deluxe and all the DLC, 96 tracks, pretty bonkers. That's 3 times Mario Kart Wii. That's 6 times like Mario Kart 64. A lot of tracks, a lot of good tracks. Really fun, tight gameplay. Plays a lot different than Mario Kart Wii, of course. It's very fun in its own right, and it's a very beautiful looking game in a lot of the courses, especially the original courses. All the DLC tracks, because they're ported straight from Mario Kart Tour, they don't look the best, but they are still very fun to play with and very well designed, because they're all taken from the series past, outside of the tour, the new to tour tracks, like the Belgian tracks and all the city tracks basically are new to tour. But yeah, because of the DLC, we're getting tracks like Maple Treeway, Coconut Mall, Dino Jungle is going to come at some point. These fantastic tracks that adding them to the already fantastic original track layout of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just makes the game incredibly filled with content, and one of the most replayable games maybe ever, with all the content that's going to be in the game. 96 tracks. Combine that with the online mode, which online for this game is really good. I really enjoy how you can set up the online, and how I really enjoy the way you pick the tracks. So for those of you who don't know, if you're online, it'll give you a selection of 3 tracks to play from at once, and so all 12 players, they pick one of the tracks, and then it does a little lottery system where it cycles through, and whoever it lands on, you get to play the track they picked. But the really cool thing is you can play any of the DLC tracks online, even if you don't own the DLC. They just come up in the rotation, and you can play on them even if you don't own the DLC. So that's really cool for people that don't own the DLC. Still get a way to experience the tracks and play through them all the time. And with it being half the game's courses by the end of it, it'll be pretty frequent that you can play the DLC tracks. So yeah, it's definitely one of the best games ever made, and one of the best games that Mario ever has had. Mario Kart, Mario, Donkey Kong. Never played that one. Don't know what that game is. Super Mario Party. Now, fundamentally, it's probably not the greatest game in terms of like actually having a lot of content, actually being like a well polished game. But me and my sister, we've probably put like 50 hours into this one, especially during the pandemic when we were trapped inside, couldn't really do anything else. We had a lot of fun memories playing that game. So yeah, gotta keep it at least B tier for that alone. Super Mario Land 2. Yeah, we'll put it at the end of B tier. Really solid platformer, especially for the Game Boy. I don't know if I would recommend checking it out over any of the other platformers. But yeah, especially if you're new to Mario, but if you're a Mario enthusiast, if you like Mario and haven't checked the game out yet, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's worth a play through. It doesn't take long to beat because it's, a Game Boy game. You can beat it in a sitting. Yeah, definitely recommend. New New Super Mario Bros. First video game I ever owned. Any console, anything. Because first console I owned was my DS, and then me and my sister, we got this game with it. And this is what made me fall in love with Mario. And I've played it maybe about a year ago, all the way through, and it still holds up. Incredible game. From start to finish, the level design is really fun. Visually, it's still good looking. And I think maybe the best part about it was the multiplayer. The Mario vs. Luigi mode, where you'd link up with somebody with the DS Link Play. One of you would be Mario, one of you would be Luigi, and you'd fight for stars. You'd have to jump on each other to get the stars from each other. It would spawn in new stars. Really fun mode. Favorite level, of course, was the one with all the pipes, where you'd be able to go through random pipes that sneak up on each other. Some of the most fun I've had playing video games was on that level with my sister, with my friends at Summer Rec. And yeah, that's not even counting the other multiplayer modes, like the Wanted mode, or not multiplayer modes, but the other bonus games like the Wanted mode, the card games. Incredible amount of content in this game for a DS game early in its life cycle. You could play this game for hundreds of hours and not get bored a bit. I don't know what that game is. Mario with numbers. Mario with paint. A really cool game. I've mostly played with the music editor. Of course, not too much. I've only probably put like 2 or 3 hours in, but I feel confident enough to put it at B tier. Can make some really cool stuff with it. Of course, I'm not that artistically inclined, so I've never made anything real cool, but watch videos of people online doing crazy stuff with it. Really cool game, just from concept alone. The fact that it was on the Super Nintendo 30 years ago, even crazier. And then Super Mario Maker 2. Take everything I said about Super Mario Maker, just up the ante. Incredible game. It added the 3D world style, so you could play game modes in 3D world. Which, mechanically, really fun game. And then the biggest thing was just adding your ability to make your own super worlds, so you could basically make your own Mario game and have endless amounts of Mario games just available for play at any one time. This one I haven't spent as much time making levels, but I've definitely put more time into playing other people's levels versus Super Mario Maker. So yeah, that definitely gives it the edge for me over the first one, and it's enough to bump it to S tier because it's endless Mario. What more could you want? Mario Kart DS, incredible game. First Mario Kart game, of course. Incredible track selection. The first game to add the 16 retro tracks, which help give the game a lot more replayability. Just make it really fun. Not the battle mode, but the mission mode in this game was really cool. I wish they would bring that to other Mario Karts, because I definitely think that is worth playing. And I think a lot of people would appreciate it if they brought it back in like Mario Kart 9, but I don't think they will. Mario Party 3, of course, I haven't played. First Mario Tennis. No. C tier. I definitely don't like it as much as the Game Boy sports game, so throw it. Again, it's fine. It's Mario Tennis, but I definitely think Aces and Power Tennis do a lot more to refine the series and make it more fun to play. The first Super Mario Strikers. I'm gonna lump this around baseball. Really solid game. Really built the perfect base for Striker's Charge to build upon and make even better. Would definitely recommend checking out if you have a GameCube. It's worth your time. The Dr. Mario app, I never played that. Hotel Mario, never played. Super Mario Galaxy 2. One of the best games ever, of course. Took everything that made Mario Galaxy 1 amazing and just added Yoshi to it. And what's not to love about Yoshi? He's the GOAT. He's Yoshi. Yeah, definitely worthy of the S tier. Beer Mario Origami King. I actually own this game. There was I think it was from Target. They had a pricing error, so I got it for $10. Never played it though. I'll play it one day. Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64, excuse me. Never played. Mario Teaches Typing. There we are. Never played that one either. Mario RPG. Really fun game. Put it around the Mario and Luigi saga. Developed by Square Enix, so it's really solid RPG gameplay. Yeah, fun story. It's not too long. It's not like you're playing a Final Fantasy game in terms of length. It's short. It's doable. Would recommend playing, especially if you like RPGs. But yeah, if you don't like RPGs, I don't think it's worth playing. I don't think the Mario tone of it adds enough to be worthwhile playing if you really don't like RPGs in the first place. Mario Party 3, never played. Mario Party 7, never played. Mario Hoops 3-on-3. Good game. Definitely place it around Power Tennis and Advanced Tour. New Super Mario Bros. 2. This is a solid game, but it really just gets hurt by the fact that there's 4 Super Mario Bros. Games, and this is easily the most forgettable of the bunch. So it's not really worth playing over DS, Wii, or U. So yeah, and it came out a month, not a month, but 3 or 4 months before Super Mario Bros. U came out, so it got overshadowed by that. And the coin collecting gimmick is fine, but it's nothing to write home about. But yeah, it's still a Mario game at the end of the day. A 2D platforming Mario game at the end of the day, so it's still definitely worthy of playing at some point if you're a fan, but can't recommend it over any of the other 2D Marios that we've talked about so far. Or I guess I can recommend it over Lost Level. Yeah, you know what I mean. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. It's an A tier, definitely. Second best sports game they've ever made behind Super Sluggers. It's really fun, really unique gameplay. Managed to make the game of golf fun to watch and play. Yeah, it's Mario golfing. A lot of content. You play it for hours and hours and not get bored. Would recommend. Game and Watch. Paper Mario, never played. Super Mario Kart. C tier. It's fine. There's no reason to play it in the year 2023. If you want to play it, just play the courses in Super Circuit. Super Circuit controls better, looks better. They have all the Super Mario Kart courses in the game. So yeah, no reason to play it. So I think I'll move it down to D actually for that reason. Super Mario Bros. 3. Again, one of the best games ever made. This game coming out in 89 or whenever it came out, and being this good, this polished, holding up this well in 2023 is crazy. Got incredible music. Visually, it's probably the best looking SNES or the best looking NES game. It has a really distinct visual style that I think fits the game really well. The whole setting of it being a play is really cool, adds to the mystique of the game. And then all the warp whistles, all the shortcuts, such a fun game to play. Probably the best, or not probably, definitely the best NES game ever made. By far, really. And yeah, recommend checking it out. Again, it's another one of those classics like Super Mario 64 that just defined a genre that you have to check out at some point. Mario's Time Machine, Mario's School Fun, Dr. Luigi, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a really good spin-off. Of course, his levels in 3D World are fun, but this took those concepts and just blew them up. This is another game I got for pricing error. I got the digital copy for the Switch. I want to say it was from Walmart for $4, $5 maybe. So I had to do that, and it's definitely worth checking out. Especially you could probably get it very cheap. It's on the Switch, Wii U, and 3DS. I've never heard anything about the 3DS version. I don't know how well it stacks up against the Wii U and Switch version. But yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. It's a fun little puzzle game. It doesn't take too long to beat, and it's one of those games you can just pick up, play a level or two, put down. Like, you don't have to get sucked doing it for hours. You can just play for like 10 minutes and make visible progress. It's definitely worth playing. Mario Kart VR, never played that. Super Mario World. Am I gonna put it ahead of Wii? I don't know. I'll put it behind Wii for now. Yeah. Take everything I said about Super Mario Bros. 3 and just double them for Super Mario World. One of the best looking video games ever made. Full stop. Its visual style is stunning. The 16-bit graphics are beautiful to look at, and the music of this game, again, perfect soundtrack to a video game. It's such a fun game. One of the most joyful games ever made. So many shortcuts and tricks and stuff to find throughout the levels. You'll never be bored playing this game. It's one of the best games ever made. There's some days I do think it is the best game ever made, but more on that later. Dr. Mario Express, never played. Dr. Mario, I don't really know. I know I've played the original Dr. Mario, which is why I ranked it. I don't know which other ones I've played, if any. Mario Kart GP2, this is the arcade game. Played this at iPlay America. It's solid, it's Mario Kart but made into an arcade game, so definitely better than SNES and 64. I'll put it alongside Super Circuit because I don't know if I've played all the tracks in it, to be honest. I've only ever played it in an arcade setting, but yeah, it's a fun game. Mario Calculator. And then this is the first one. I've actually never played the first of the Mario Kart arcade games. I only played the second. This is the second Mario Luigi game. Never played that one. Mario Party DS. Solid game. A lot of nostalgia for it. I remember we didn't actually own this game for a while, but then one day my sister traded her copy of Animal Crossing Wild World. DS was Wild World, I think. Whatever. For Mario Party DS, and it we put a lot of time into it. It's a really fun game. A lot of interesting and unique boards, especially like the one where it's Kamek's piano and you're like part of the track, you're walking across the piano. I thought that was always really cool. It's like, oh, it's a piano and I'm using it as the board. How sick is that? Man, water's so good. Okay. Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. I played this game for a little bit, like 10 years ago. And didn't play enough or recently enough to really judge it, so I'm putting in and not played. Mario Tennis Open. Solid game. Yeah, I mean, it's Mario Tennis, so it's fun, but it didn't really do much to innovate on the series. Just kind of there. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, never played. Mario Sports Superstars. Honestly, guys, this is not a good game. Hate to say it, but yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna dig through it, but I have my copy of that sitting in that desk right now. I bought I had given my sister my 3DS in like 2017, and over the pandemic in mid 2020, I bought a 2DS online on eBay for like $40 or something really cheap because the back was broken. And for whatever reason, it came with a copy of Mario Sports Superstar. I played it. I tried all the games. I wanted to give it a fair shot. It's just not worth playing over like individual Mario Sports games. It's like the soccer mode sucks. The horse racing. Why did you put horse racing in a Mario Sports mix game? I don't know, but that was not good either. Baseball was bare bones and boring. No reason to play it over like the individual sports games. I believe this is Mario Kart Tour, if I'm not mistaken. Played the beta when it first came out. I haven't played it enough to judge though. The Super Mario Bros. 3 e-reader levels. I've played we already have Mario Bros. 3 on the map, so I'm not going to put it back in. So I'm going to throw it in. Not played. Mario Bros. U. I'm going to slot this right next to Super Mario Bros. 2. Again, by the time this game came out, it was kind of stale. The new Super Mario Bros. Formula. Again, much like Super Mario Bros. 2. It's a well-made game. It's just, it's bland, But it's Mario at the end of the day, so it's not a bad game. It's a great game, in fact. But yeah, it's all right. And then we got Super Mario Picross. Really, 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 really good game. Definitely one of the most underrated games of the Mario canon. Really, yeah, if you ever want a puzzle game to test your mind a little bit or just to play while you're watching TV or something, this game is available on Switch Online. That's how I played it. It's the Japanese. They only have the Japanese version. But, it doesn't mean jack shit because there's no words or anything relevant to the game. It's just puzzles, so yeah, definitely worth playing. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. And this belongs next to Mario Sports Superstar Mix. Embarrassing amount of content in this game. So stupid. There's like nothing to do in it besides the bare bones tennis gameplay. Yeah, I can't recommend it. Mario and Donkey Kong 2. Or played Mario Golf World Tour. I've actually never played this one. By the time it came out, I wasn't really using my 3DS that much anymore. And certainly not enough to justify buying a $40 golf game. It's definitely one I want to check out at some point because I've heard really good things. And that it's got a lot of content and the story mode's pretty good. Mario Kart 7. I'm going to put this on the right side of DS. Mario Kart DS is, of course, better, but really strong game. Incredible course selection. Some of the best in the series. Maybe outside of Wii and 8. It's got the best courses. And then adding the gliding and the underwater sections to the game shook up the gameplay a lot, and yeah, made it fun. This game not having the versus mode was pretty stupid though. Versus mode is fun. It's fun getting to like pick teams or pick what items or pick the difficulty of the AI, stuff like that. Not being able to do that in 7 was stupid. Mario Party 9. I'm going to put it at C. It's fine. It's Mario Party 9. It's alright. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is another example of really solid game. And it's a Mario collab with the Rabbids of all people. Yeah, that's right. The Rabbids, the little white guys. He has a freaking tactical RPG collaboration with them. And the crazy part is that it turned out good. I almost want to put it in an A tier. I'm going to hold off on that. But you put it at the very top of B. Really fun game, especially if you like tactical games. Like, been compared a lot to XCOM. I've never played XCOM, but yeah, if you like that game, or if you like stuff like Fire Emblem or Advance Wars, stuff like that, turn-based tactical RPGs, well worth a play. Very, very charming presentation too, like the way it looks, the way the characters act and stuff. It's a lot of fun, and the Donkey Kong DLC is really fun. That's probably the best part of the game for me. Of course, being the big Donkey Kong fan that I am. It just adds a lot of content and adds really fun gameplay with both Donkey Kong and Cranky Rabbid. Cranky Kong in his rabbit form, whatever they call that. Where this is, I don't know. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Gonna put this A tier. One of the most nostalgic games I do have, because this is a game that me and both my sisters, we would play this game all the time. 3 siblings with 2 controllers made it very contentious, but definitely look back at those memories fondly. Playing through the entire game with them was a lot of fun. And then even if you don't have people to play through the game, it's still phenomenal. The propeller suit's one of the best new items they've added to a game in the recent years. Or not recent years, but like in the modern era. Propeller suit's a lot of fun to control, and then having the Yoshis to play with as well, that's really cool. And being able to be Mario, Luigi, and Toad, of course blue and yellow Toad, you can be 2 different Toads, really fun. Obviously real ones would be Luigi in multiplayer because Luigi's the GOAT, but yeah. Paper Mario, 1,000 Year Door, I've played maybe like halfway through this game before. It's alright. I should probably go back and beat it because everybody raves about it. Says it's one of the best games on the GameCube and one of the best Mario games in general. I wasn't seeing that in the amount of the game I did play, but I definitely did think it was fun, and it was a funny game. Yeah. Mario Roulette, don't know what that is. Mario Party, whatever that is. The Mario Clock from the 3DS. They consider that a game? I don't really see that. Photos with Mario. Super Mario Bros. 2. Of course, I was talking earlier about how Mario the Lost Levels was original Super Mario Bros. 2. So the game they gave us in America, I'm sure you all know this by now, it is Doki Doki Panic. So it's nothing like the first Mario Bros, which now I'm realizing, is that game not on here? Did they not put the first Mario Bros? Because I don't remember ranking it, and I don't see it. They don't have the first Mario Bros. You know what? While we're talking about it, I'll put this up. This signifies the first Mario Bros. Gonna put that B tier. Put it as C tier actually. So yeah, this is the first Mario Bros. Of course, important game. Actually, I'll put it B tier. Important game. Still controls really well, but visually it's not anything special and very short. But yeah, definitely need to try it out at some point if you're a Mario fan. Because or even if you're a video game fan in general, because it is the most important video game ever made. And then we got Super Mario Galaxy. I'm going to keep this top at A tier. Actually, no. What am I talking about? This is an S tier game. Do I like it? I like it more than 64. What am I doing? Yeah, really strong game. Gameplay is a lot of fun. I don't like it as much as 2 because it doesn't have Yoshi. And I think 2 has a better soundtrack and just better level design. But yeah, 1's definitely a phenomenal game. Obviously recommend playing it. Yeah. The biggest thing about this game, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is how good it still holds up visually for a 2007 Wii game. You'd think the game would age pretty poorly visually because we didn't have HD, and it was 16 years ago. But yeah, it holds up pretty well. And Mario Sunshine is a C tier game. It's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of good things about it. Like FLUDD is fun, but man, there's too many problems weighing it down. Gameplay wise, structurally, it's kind of a mess. So I can't put it any higher than C. I used to like this game a lot more, but when the Mario 3D All-Stars came out 2020, gave it a playthrough. It's rough, but it's good. And then Super Mario Land. Again, I'll put it in C tier. Bottom of C. It's a rough. It's a commendable first try for portable Mario, but it's kind of rough. It's not worth playing, honestly. Yeah, I'll put it D tier. Actually, it's not worth playing. It's Super Mario Land 2, whatever that is, right here. This is worth playing. They did a bad job on the first one, and then that brings us to the last game, one I'd been holding out on. Super Mario Odyssey. As time goes on, this game came out 6 years ago, October 27th, 2017. Don't ask me why I know that day. But as time goes on, I think even when the game first came out, when I first played it, I was like, this is one of the best games I've ever played. This is the best Mario platformer I ever played. And, just in replaying it, in 100%ing it, come to realize, this is not just the best Mario platformer ever made, not just the best Mario game ever made, this is just the best video game ever made. It's perfect in every way. It's got tons of fun things to do. It's got incredible replay value. It's an incredible game to watch speedruns of, to listen to the music of, to just look at. It's a beautiful looking game. Very stylized. The kingdom system makes it so there's tons of different places to go, tons of different things to see, and it's all varied. It's all unique, all fun, it's just, it is the perfect video game. Will we ever get a game as good as Super Mario Odyssey ever again? I don't know. It's hard to say. It really feels like the medium peaked there, but you can say that about Super Mario Galaxy 2 because that's a perfect game. You can say that about Super Mario World because that's a perfect game. So Nintendo has shown that they can just keep one-upping themselves with Mario. But it's hard to see how they can get better in Super Mario Odyssey, Especially the things Cappy adds to the game in terms of movement and replayability and like speed running and just everything in general Cappy adds to the game. I don't see how they could top that unless they make like a direct sequel like they did with Galaxy. But I think it's too far along. I don't think they're doing that. That would have come out already if they were just making Odyssey 2. Yeah, that's really the only way I can see they could ever, any game studio could ever make a game better than Super Mario Odyssey, to make Super Mario Odyssey 2. Because Odyssey is the best game ever made. You take Mario Odyssey and you make improvements. You make Odyssey 2. But yeah, that's not happening. So I think Mario Odyssey will probably stand the test of time as the best video game ever made. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my tier list. Of course, there's a lot we haven't played. Played all the big games. Just a lot of junk. And then there was a couple games missing. I noticed during the put through like the first Super Mario Bros. Don't know where that went. Super Mario 3D World, which if 3D World was on here, I'd probably slot it in between Galaxy and Galaxy 2. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but I love that game so much. Its blend of 2D and 3D Mario is really fun, and then just the amount of stuff there is to do, the amount of levels there are, and being able to play as 5 different characters is really cool. It's cool that you get to play a 3D Mario game as more than just Mario. Personally, I always went with Luigi in that game, or Toad. Toad was always the backup too. Peach was fun as well with her little hover. And, they were all fun, obviously, but yeah. So that would be S tier, and then Bowser's Fury, the add-on for that, would probably be S tier as well. That game, it's really short, obviously, because it's almost like a tech demo. Yeah, so it's like you can beat it in a couple hours in probably 1 or 2 sittings. But yeah, definitely might be top of A tier. So yeah, there's that. And then I can't the new Mario Golf for Switch, that would probably be a solid B tier game as well. What else? Yeah, so I can't really think of any other Mario Party Superstars, the new Nintendo Switch Mario Party. That would also be B tier, like right in front of Super Mario Party, because it is a better game, but not too much better where I can really feel comfortable separating them. So yeah, that'd be in B tier. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. I don't know how long I've been going I'm at an hour. Jesus. An hour. I don't think a single person is going to watch this for an hour. But I felt like rambling on it, and I was bored. And yeah, if a single person out there actually watched this for an hour, shout out you, because I appreciate it. You know, I'm making this for the sake of me. You know, I'm bored. I want to talk about this. So, for somebody to sit there for an hour, which I don't think anybody actually did, but if you're actually out there, shout out you. And thank you. I appreciate you.